Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead of them and their companies. I'm your host, Olivia Sammons, and in each episode, we'll uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, I'm excited to be joined by Lara Badiali, a life coach and the founder of Life with Lara Coaching, a practice dedicated to helping individuals navigate change, deepen self-awareness, and create lives that feel more grounded, intentional, and authentic. Through her coaching, Lara works with people who feel stuck, disconnected, or uncertain about their next chapter, supporting them to reconnect with their values, strengthen self-trust, and move forward with clarity and confidence. Her work blends mindset, emotional awareness, personal growth, and compassionate accountability, creating space for meaningful and sustainable change. Lara, welcome to Founders Future. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for that introduction. That was incredible.
Well, I hope I got it right. It was the first one. Perfect. Good. Job one underway. And Lara, I'm really excited to dive in and learn more about your journey. So with all of my guests, I do actually like to start at the beginning. So if you don't mind briefly taking me back to what it was you was doing before you started up Life with Lara Coaching, and then from there, what was the motivation behind it?
So I've had a pretty weird upbringing. So I moved a lot when I was a kid. So I had no roots. I moved, by the time that I was 16, I already moved 8 times. So it was very weird for me to actually have connections, have friends. And then when I moved to London, I went to do I'm not going to say boring because I actually liked my 9 to 5. I worked in cosmetic surgery. So
Okay.
first hair transplant and then actual cosmetic surgery. And then I felt this need of being free, and I didn't want to have anybody on top of me just telling me what to do and how to do it, what hours to do it. So I took all the organization skills that I had and I took all the knowledge that I had and I just founded this company, and it's going great ever since. Like every year is a step forward and I love it. I have a background of military because I was in the army and I worked for the Met, and I've got hotels because I was a duty manager in a 4-star hotel. So I pretty much checked it all off.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of things to find out what I actually wanted to do in life. And I do really like that about myself, because then every single job that I had taught me something that I can give to my clients right now.
I love that. And it's such a lot of people find that as a bad thing, but like it's like you're meant to have your one career, you come out of uni, you study, you go onto that job, it's like the path that's laid out for you. But I feel like if you don't know what you're going to do, you might as well try everything. I was exactly the same in my background. I moved around a lot. I had a lot of different jobs, and you do pick up skills, you pick up techniques from everything you do because everything has a certain like zone of brilliance. So when you kind of master all that, you kind of get a really nice rounded approach. So Lara, I'm expecting a lot. So let's dive into the business a little bit more. So walk me through at this point, like who would you say is your ideal customer? Like who do you really, really love to work with? And then from there, how
So
would you help them and how would you support them?
so at the moment, I work really well with high professionals and athletes.
Mm,
So I keep on seeing people, and I call them people because before being a business owner, before being an athlete, you are a person. Okay, you're a person with your limits, your doubts, your trauma, everything that is in your subconscious mind will come out when you're in an environment under pressure. So I kept on seeing people that were just underperforming when it actually mattered. So if we're talking about athletes, they would train perfectly and they still to this day, not my clients, they just collapse under pressure. And it happens. The mind controls absolutely everything. 95% of our mind is something that is programmed, and sometimes we don't even know what it is about. And the problem isn't I don't know how to do this. The problem is the limits that we set ourselves
mm.
and the social, give me the word.
Pressure? That's social.
No, the social rules and the social heritage that has been taught us. So you need to do this and you should do that. And I'm just like breaking all the barriers and say you can become whomever you want to become. You can just like be yourself with some just like rules here and there. So
I
I
love
started the business to help people become that version of themselves that actually can handle their goals. So
it.
they can dream them and handle them and thrive under pressure rather than breaking.
I love that, and that's such a good way to put it because it is about handling your goals. You know, anyone can achieve anything. It's just, as you say, looking at that mindset and treating the brain as respected as it should be, and knowing that the limits are endless. Like it is just knowing that you can get there. So, what would you say is like I suppose like the first typical challenge or issue that people tend to come to you with that you help them kind of grow and blossom from there?
So I feel like the first challenge comes even before getting to the first session. And the first challenge is making them understand that they need this.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the first challenge when it comes to me. Okay, that's from my side. From the client's perspective, some of them don't even know where they're going with their life. They just live in day by day. And the thing is that if you keep on living day by day without a vision, you will just repeat your past every single day. You will not change absolutely anything. And then you'll find yourself on the deathbed looking back and say, what have I actually done with my life? Have I done
Mm.
something that I wanted to do? Or did I just waste away? Because I feel a massive difference between living and surviving. And surviving is something that our body does, our brain does automatically. But then living, it's when you put intention in every single thing that you do. You have that vision, and every decision that you make, you ask yourself, is this aligned with my vision? Is this getting me closer to my vision? Or is this just taking me away from it?
Yeah. Is this keeping me in survival or are we actually living? And I feel like half of that does go back to what you were saying before about the societal aspect coming into that play as well, where it's they kind of want to keep you surviving sometimes. They don't want to let you become limitless and then just kind of grow from there. So it is, I understand again, your first challenge is helping people find that because if you don't know it's not within you, how are you going to get the help from it? So it's really about recognizing it within yourself. So how is it you work with people then, Lara? Is this like on one-to-one level or is there maybe like a group and community? Like what does that side of the business look like?
So I mainly do one-on-ones.
Amazing.
I do work with groups. It really depends what the challenge is. So I've done group coaching when it comes to women that want to master their leadership. I have done, I've had a membership when it comes to a little bit more on the strategic kind of things. So
Hmm.
visibility and how to show up also on Instagram without any fear. I still do prefer my one-on-one because I
Yeah.
can really get into the brain of the person that is in front of me. Athletes are mainly one-on-one because I really need to understand their limits. I liked it like so someone called me a hacker of the brain because I literally get inside your subconscious mind and rewire everything that it's not needed. And then we create this other software that actually works towards where you want to go. That makes sense. Doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
completely. Brain hacking. Literally, it's like, as you say, putting that in place, it's like we're going to get it to that level. Really, really cool. And I understand, again, the one-to-ones, because it is such a personal development, it's
Mhm.
such a personal journey. So having that very close connection is a lot better environment for people to open up and really explore themselves when it comes to obviously the nature of a group as well. So how is it that you go about acquiring your customers as well? So like in terms of marketing, like what are you really finding that's most effective in working and finding those people to work with?
I'm an Instagram lover.
Nice.
I just love Instagram. It's gorgeous. You can be yourself, you can be authentic. You need to have authority on Instagram because otherwise it just won't work. Like stupid videos are not going to get you clients. But I do love Instagram. And then of course, like word of mouth always works. I
Yeah.
collaborate with people and in my sector, so I can collaborate with nutritionists and with PTs, and then the client actually feels like they're supported on a 360 level.
Yeah, a very holistic approach because I think all that comes into play as well, you know, especially with athletes. The mind is often neglected and it's like the most important key that brings everything together.
Mhm.
But back to Instagram. Instagram is amazing and obviously part of what you do as well is helping people kind of show up on Instagram, which is very much easier said than done a lot of the time. But when you use it for yourself, are you pretty much organic outreach yourself, like doing everything, or do you run ads and just really try and have a consistent lead flow? Like, what is your preference on that?
I use organic.
Okay.
Like, I do ads. I'm not really good at ads. I shouldn't say this, but I'm not really good at ads. Like I've tried. Okay, I've tried many times. They never convert as much as I want them to convert. So
Gotcha.
I use organic. There's loads of engagement. There's loads of DMs that most people don't see because, of course, you can't see the DMs. But there's loads of reaching out. Not so much in cold messaging because I'm not a big fan of cold messaging, but that warm vibe of
Yeah.
let's have a chat. Like, how are you feeling today? I saw this post and I feel like there's something that is bothering you. Like, let's have a chat.
Mm.
Or you know what? I've worked with this person over here and I feel like you've got the same characteristics. So can we work together? And
Yeah.
then you
Nice.
just let them make their decision because at the end of the day, I'm not one deciding for them. They need to decide for themselves. I have one rule and it's I only work with people that want to work with me.
Good. That's such a good rule to have because I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, especially when they're kind of at the start or early on, they do tend to work with everybody. And it's just not, for me, it doesn't make sense on either side of it. It's like if they're not willing to put the work in and are ready to go, it's just a waste of investment and a waste of your
Mhm.
time if you've got a client that doesn't really want to do the work, isn't fully into it, and just moaning all the time because it is for them to do the work. And with the ads thing, if you could crack the ads, would you run ads as well? Or is it like,
Yes,
yeah, it's just kind
yes,
of getting into the
definitely.
motion and understanding it. It's hacking
Yes.
that system as well is what we need to do, Lara.
Exactly. I would love to have something very passive.
Yeah, nice.
With my one-on-ones as a very high ticket and then something passive
Beautiful.
as just coming in, money just coming in.
I appreciate
That's
that. I think that's good. And do you have a team as well, or are you kind of running everything yourself?
I don't.
I don't have a
I do
team.
everything myself. Sometimes it gets me crazy, but that is okay. And I've learned to just deal with my craziness. And I tried to have a team, not a team as per se, but I tried to have a VA that could work with me. But what I do find is that the effort that somebody puts in my business will never be the same effort as I put in my business. So instead of delegating business stuff, I started delegating things at home. So a cleaner. So then I can actually focus on my business. So I delegate other stuff, other parts of my life so that I can focus on what I love.
Yeah.
Because I do love doing things. I feel like my next delegation would be a video editing because that
Yeah.
takes a lot of time. So
And
I
that's
feel like that's
Yeah, and that's the thing. And again, it is your baby, so you do need to find that right person that has the same alignment with your vision and the same work ethic as well, because like you do want them to be treating it the same way you do. It's a big load of trust you're putting into somebody. But you do have to put a lot of fire. So like taking care of your own sanity is also key there as well. So delegate where you can, just learn to be comfortable with it and the right thing will come.
Mhm.
So what are your plans for the future then, Lara? I'm intrigued in terms of like the next 6 to 12 months. Are you planning on scaling the business? Do you have like a goal you're looking forward to achieving? Like what is that vision for you?
So 6 to 12 months, the goal is to automate as much as I can.
Yeah, nice.
So have offers, like of course, like have the whole levels of offer. So we've got the entry, we've got the low ticket, and then mid ticket. That would be something that is they can still do by themselves, and something that I can launch once every year or twice a year. And then of
Yeah.
course the high ticket.
Nice.
Ideally is to have all the three tiers to help everybody that comes into our world from the freebie to the high ticket, so I can have an impact through everybody that comes into our world.
I love it. A one-to-many impact is incredible. And even as you said before to yourself, it's nice to have like an evergreen system as well, so you can kind of get on with things. But yeah, adding that on and the one-to-many mass is a really great, it's kind of impact your main driver when it comes to the business. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that.
definitely.
I feel that's key because everything else will follow. Everything else will flow when you're in that state. So it's just nice to have that right drive. And I suppose like where are you finding the biggest challenge for yourself, Lara? Everything seems very, you kind of take a lot in your stride. So where are you finding the biggest challenge for yourself in taking that next step?
So, oh, and taking the next step, not the ones that I've had, because one of the ones that I've had, and it's something I do want to say, because I see loads of women struggling with this, is I am really good at doing a lot of things, and I am really interested in a lot of things. And that did not help.
Yeah.
Because when you're focused on something, you just know that that's your thing. And I've had plenty of my things. So then to niche down and understand. what do I want to do with my life? And okay, I'm good at this, and I'm good at that, and I'm good at photography, and I'm good at music. I had two companies, a fitness one and a music management one. So I'm just like, I'm good at this, and I'm good at that. What am I supposed to do?
Mm,
So that was one of the biggest challenges that I found until life coaching came. And then I started to work on the mind, and I went back to the mind being our strongest weapon ever. And I was like, okay, cool. I can deal with working on what gives power to everybody. Like that makes me feel cool. And challenges in terms of next level challenges, um, I am a bit fed up with surface level coaching.
mm,
I see loads of coaches out there that just they just pop out like mushrooms.
yeah,
They
so
just
true.
come out like they do one course and they're like, okay, I'm going to coach now and I'm going to charge high ticket, and they don't understand the whole work that is behind an actual coaching session that works. So I want to be the one, and I'm not going to be the only one because there are so many good coaches out there, but I want to be one of the ones that actually makes the difference. And I want people to understand that there is a difference between someone that knows how the brain works inside out and someone that says to just say positive affirmations and everything is going to be okay.
Yeah, I love it. So fully science back supporting, and I feel like I don't know if it was since COVID or since the online space has really exploded. A lot of coaches are coming out of the woodworks, and it is that like, can we trust? Can we back everybody else? Are we actually doing our due diligence and making sure that the people we're investing our time and money in are actually coaches and doing the job for justice? Because there's a lot. And how do you go about like standing above the noise and getting through the crowd? Like, what is your kind of tactic to really combat that?
So when it comes to the online business is proof. So proof and credibility and authority. I work with some of the biggest companies in the world, and that is on my Instagram. I show them why they chose me, why companies that are there since 1586, why they're there, why I am over there working for them. Like why the best companies when it comes to athletes, the best teams choose me to work with their
Mm.
athletes. And there must be a difference. And it's not because I'm blonde, it's because I know exactly what is behind the surface. Being blonde helps. Okay.
You get the both aspects. That's the double-edged sword that not everyone can have. But yes, you've got you've got that in the front. But it is that you can prove you're doing. You've got those testimonials that people are coming through, and if you have people coming through all the time, you know you're doing a good job. So I love that. And Laura, I have one final question to ask you before we log out. So if you could go back in time to a younger self, and you could only leave yourself with one piece of advice moving forward, something you know now, but that you didn't know back then, what would you say to yourself?
Oh God. Just one?
Just one thing. Just one.
Okay. Oh
Can
God.
be an extended one thing, but just one thing.
An extended one. Okay. Um, I would say that you don't need to be how you were created. You can choose your identity. You can choose who you want to be. It's not because you have that character and you have a behavior, then that you need to continue with that behavior and you need to keep having that trait. You can change it, you can choose to change it. And every single minute is just another opportunity for you to change everything that there is. And you can decide to become whomever you want to become.
Amazing. What a great answer. And what a great way to end the podcast. Laura, thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your incredible journey and insight with us. Where can our listeners reach out to work with you or connect with you if they would like to do so?
So Instagram is the main platform. So it's the underscore selfaholic. So the one that thinks about herself, because I do believe that selfish is really good. So it's SELFAHOLIC. So the_selfaholic. And of course, if they just want to like email me, it's lara@lifewithlara.com.
Beautiful. At the Selfaholic is where we're going to go. Instagram is the place to be. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to go and check out Lara and all the amazing work that she's doing. And do not forget to subscribe to Founders Future by wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with one of our team and discover how we went from $0 to $30 million per year in less than 3 years. But until then, keep on climbing, and we will see you on the next one.